It's off. There we go. My mic was off. Welcome to Pieces Pat Paints. I'm Pat. This is what we do. This is a show about art and painting and um, you know that sort of stuff. If you like art and painting and comics and um, pop culture stuff and old man running his mouth about whatever, then this is the place for you. If you're not into those sort of things, I don't know why you'd be here. But you came here anyway. Maybe you, maybe this is a place you want to be. So maybe you want to chit chat with us for a little while. Hold on while I get this whole thing turned on properly. I have found that if I watch myself, it generates time to my YouTube thing, and that somehow makes me more gets it out more to other people, I guess, is the way to phrase that. Spreads it out in the algorithm. Anyway, and they also say you should give people a few minutes to check in, jump in. Wow, I'm just trying to make giant messes down here. Don't mind me. It's Monday, so it's Mondays are for messes. That's I was actually cleaning up a little bit of this mess earlier. I didn't get very far, but I was cleaning it up a little bit. And then we got like St. Patrick's Day right around the corner, right? Isn't that the 17th? So tomorrow is St. Patrick's Day. We got this little guy. So we're gonna paint him tomorrow for St. Patrick's Day. All right, that's 3 minutes. That's all I'm willing to spare to let people filter into the studio. So yeah, if you're new here, welcome. No matter how you got here, if you got here by accident, that's amazing. Kind of want to know that, honestly. If you got here on purpose, I definitely want to know that. So let me know in the chat or the comments if you come in after the chat is closed, because this is a live thing. I really wish I was better at the whole video deal in general. We would probably have more of the other videos, but I'm just not, and I'm really not very technically inclined. So, it makes it difficult. Maybe one day we'll have somebody who knows how to do all that, and they can help me. Go through all my videos and try to make them better. I don't know. I think that starts to involve suits. And I'm not really a big fan of, suits in general. Anyway, there's that. She gets paint palette out. This is called a wet palette. It's still pretty wet. Paint all still looks pretty good. First things first, we need to go ahead and black over our sculpt that hid the broken sword heft there. It was the handle, the whole thing was gone. Tying the whole deal was all gone. But we sculpted a new one. And here, when it all gets painted in, hopefully, with any real luck, it'll look like it's always been that way. Or at least unique enough to to feel like it was a custom piece, maybe. I don't know. And when we are dealing with some black, let's go ahead and this part. Probably gonna try to leave this eye alone if I can. If not, I'm not gonna worry too much about it. We got a lot of work to do in this area in particular. Later on down the road. Right now, we're really trying to let that zenithal we did do a lot of the work there. Beginning to look a lot like Deadpool. Okay, let's find pure crimson. That's vermilion I got down there. We don't want that. That would look orange. I'm an actual crimson. Now, I suppose you could do this if you wanted to. You could do this as like a dry brush. You could literally just dry brush all this right on there, and it would work out just fine. But I think I'm going to very carefully just apply it myself, like again. Again, we're really kind of letting the highlighting work we did earlier do most of the work for us. But we are going to try to pay special attention to where we are as we come through here. That darker crimson underneath is really going to help with our tones. Very carefully work through all this. Just have this odd hole in his head from the whirling of the way the whirls of the resin print went. It kind of left this little hole in his face, his head there. And you'll find if you take your time with this that you'll start to notice where you need to put the reds. So you'll really, because of the highlighting, even if it doesn't necessarily do as much work for you as if you were doing, say, a dip paint or a speed paint or something like that. It does help with seeing what you're doing and where you're going. And so I don't discount. For a long time, I didn't like zenithal highlighting. It wasn't something I thought was it felt like a cheat kind of thing. It's like, you can get better work otherwise, blah 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 blah. But then I got older, and God, it got so hard to see that I switched over to doing it. And it does make things a whole lot easier to see. So, there's that. Take that for what you will. When I was a younger man, it was much easier to see things, you know. See, and here we can build up those layers, you know, trying to get the tops of that. Let those grooves kind of stay dark. The folds of the mask. Really kind of focus your attention on these parts that are sticking up. And again, you could get that from just doing a little quick dry brush of the red on there. If you were just, you know, if you were trying to be quick, or, you know, you don't really have the patience for the time. You know, and some people doubt their skills. They doubt themselves a little bit. And so it takes a little bit of working to get yourself psyched up to the level of coming in with a hand brush and really taking the time to make it hand painted. Well, things still going crazy in the Middle East, which is an interesting name. Honestly, we should just say Iran. We shouldn't say Middle East, although they are attacking all over the area over there. But Middle East in and of itself kind of carries some, I don't know, there's a little bit of a, I don't know, inherently racist point of view when you refer to things as the middle, the east or the west of somewhere or whatever. But it is difficult to get a full term there since the area is so old and has had so many names for so long. You could call it the Levant, but that's a French term. So, you know, you could probably call it Iran for now, which is a good idea. So things going crazy in Iran. Still against some more. That seems to be like a never-ending situation, if I'm honest. But, you know, what are you going to do? I feel like people have been fighting over there since the beginning of time, and they're going to continue to fight over there till, you know, the end of time. Oh, I suppose that's what the what is that Book of Revelations is all about. What really worries me is these folks that are so caught up in the idea of a rapture that they try to hasten to bring it about. And like that's, I mean, honestly, if you really know your Bible works and your works of most Abrahamic religions, like that whole thing is heresy. It's a heretical concept. So, but man, America sure is obsessed with it. We have got an obsession with the death part of the religion. It's pretty crazy. Good looking Deadpool head. Markets did jump up today, which was nice for those that needed the money to come up for them. I'm sure it was a massive reprieve. I don't expect it to hold. My idea this week's trading is that it is all going to go downhill from here, which has been pretty consistent for the last 3 weeks or so, even prior to the Iran conflict, or whatever they want to call it. I don't even know. We don't even know what they're calling it yet because they keep changing it. It's a war. It's not a war. It's a war again. It's not a war. Anyway, that's not actually relevant to the decision making and how you should plan your life and what you should do with things. You should definitely try to tend to your own garden, so to speak. And speaking of gardens, got a lot of with cold winds. Hey, it's Sir McBeardsly. How was the show at the Okana? Did you guys? That was this weekend, right? You guys went down there this weekend. Super cool. Went on Saturday. So much busier than expected. Oh, it's good. Got some good deals. Excellent. That's the good stuff. Things pretty calm down here. We just did a little bit of garden work and basically got things inside mostly. I haven't been able to get all these gardens dug yet. I still have a ton of gardens to dig. We may have gotten a little crazy buying all these berries, but it's definitely going to be worth it. Deadpool come along nicely. Oh my! Market just had a giant drop. Heading back towards this low for the day. We'll see if it makes it. Still got another 30 cents to go. Nope. What was now? About 20 cents to go. So the high for the day, or the low for the day. Sorry, I'm watching an inverse because I'm betting against this market currently. And not because of the war. I started betting against the market prior to the war because it's been on its way to turning over for a while now. So I'm kind of trying to slip over there with it. Next one they're having is in June. Set up a fun budget. Oh, fun. There you go. Cool, cool. I'm excited. We've got Deadpool done here. And then I've got Mandalorian just finished getting printed. So we got that going, which is great. And I think I have the Doctor Strange behind that, and then I'm going to look into getting some more. I don't know, should we go more Marvel, or should we go more Star Wars, or maybe some He-Man? He-Man's coming out. He-Man might be a good idea. But these should all be good at this toy store, or this toy show that we're going to coming up. Toys and collectibles. So if you are in the city on the 28th, come check us out. We will be at the General Pershing building. I believe there is a small entry fee, but there's going to be inflatable costume. This guy was there last time, and it's hilarious. This guy's got an inflatable costume of everything. It's pretty crazy. And then there's some Ghostbusters are going to be there. Just for fun stuff. If you got kids or anything like that. Be some fun stuff for them to go check out. Let's see what else. Yeah, basically it's mostly just a toy show. There'll be a little bit of card collecting and stuff like that there too, I'm sure. But mostly it's just toys and collectibles. So if you're into those sort of things, it should be the place to be. Or if you just wanted to come by, show some support to some local Okies and their stuff. Yeah, there's a bunch of people who love some He-Man stuff, man. That would be. And with that coming up, it'd be an easy deal. We should take a look and see what we can find He-Man wise. Oh, itchy hand, itchy hand. Oh, here we go. We're almost back to the top, or the bottom. Top for me, bottom for the market. Inching closer. It's always a fun thing to watch. Even if you're not in the market, it's fun to watch and learn how it fluctuates. And also, if you can understand what's going on and help you plan your life a little bit better, and you know, like when to buy big things, and when not to buy big things. matched that high, but it did not break it. Now it's trying to head right back down. We'll see if it collapses again, or if this rally stays. It backed away from the edge again. It's scared. You can smell the fear. You can smell the fear in the market. That's not good. I mean, unless you're betting against the market. I mean, I guess, and then it is good, I guess. We'll see what they do. Next couple hours will be very important. And that's another thing, is you got to learn early on, if you do want to get involved in any kind of market work or market trading or anything like that, is that like you can't fight what's happening. Like the market is going to do what it's going to do. So like if you're in sales or whatever, and you know sales for cars are down, there's not a whole lot you personally can do about that except for plan your life to be kind of short on the sales front for a little while, because that's just how that's going to go. Unfortunately, a downturn in the economy does not bode well for somebody like me, because I'm not going to have a lot of clients with, extra disposable income to spend on figurines, so to speak. So you have to kind of like think about that. So even if you're not necessarily, trading stocks, watching the market, if you're involved in anything where you're selling anything, is helpful. Because even if you don't own the business, if your business is in the market of selling, say, something that's superfluous, you might see a downturn. You may want to make sure you got your house in line in case they shut you down, you get laid off or whatever. It's just good to be not caught unawares. I'm definitely not offering anybody a financial advice, but I definitely am trying to make sure people understand the importance of keeping an eye on it. Do whatever you will with your money, but make sure you pay attention to what is going on so you don't get caught. Because when things turn, they turn fast. They turn south real quick. All of a sudden, the good times turn to bad times. And it turned right back the other way just as fast. All of a sudden, it'll go from really bad times to all of a sudden everybody's like, hey, everything's all right. Oh, it broke it by a penny or a point, very small point. Not even like a full percentage point, but like 0.00 something. It's struggling to figure out what it wants to do. So you're like, okay, let me check this out. So my position's right underneath where we want it to be. And I only have a tiny position here. All right, so it rose back. This is going down on the regular market. It's sitting there waiting around. It keeps popping up, but it can't break itself back downwards. Then you got a good chance of it rising all the way up. Now, see, it's starting to try to drop itself again. Now that might mean that it's getting ready to reverse back down the other direction. But it may just be a consolidation. It may pop back in the direction it was going. You just never know. The trick is like to keep your position size in the right place. Now my guess is it should go back down again before it comes back up, because we really, on Mondays, you really want people buying in if you're trying to short the market, because I'm trying to make money on it tomorrow. So my position is where it is, waiting for tomorrow to come, because that's when people should start selling off and take what they call taking profits. When that starts happening, then the market will start going back the other direction, and I'll be in the green and take my profits. Now, of course, I could have gone both directions, and I did a little bit this morning. I had a little bit going both ways this morning, but I already sold that at the top, and now I'm waiting for my other side to pay out, and that's how you do it. You gotta be careful with like playing inverses, because you can lose a lot of money. I've lost money for sure. But I've also made a lot of money. And right now, all the smart folks are sitting around waiting for the market to have a bottom, because it's been in a pattern that needed to go down for a while. So now we're just waiting. When it hits the bottom, you buy in and take it all the way back up. Now I know I'm not going to trust a bottom till this war's over. That's for real. See, it did not run very far, so it looks like it's consolidating. We dropped down a little bit before it started bouncing back. Or up on the actual market. We need another color. This burnt sienna is a wonderful thing to put over on the leather. I think we need a little bit more of that burnt umber too. Come on, you should break down faster than that. That's not looking. That's an interesting look. Definitely was expecting it to go down faster than it is. It always leaves me to wonder what's going to happen. And I'm definitely not like the best stock trader in the world. That's for real. I'm just trying to learn it, like everybody else, really. But I definitely like to share what I know with people. I made a little bit of money. I lost a lot when I very first started, but I've made it back now, and I'm slowly about to turn it the other direction. It is definitely not. Definitely don't expect it to go fast. You're not going to make money fast in the stock market unless you get really lucky. some sort of bondage color. But it is also probably not that, although it could be because it is Deadpool. Nice brown. I like painting. How about you? I like painting live for you. I like painting, yes, it's true. Do you like painting? Do you? Sometimes I get a little crazy all the way in my brain pan. A little stir crazy. So again, burn number here, real easy. Just making sure we got a nice coat. A whole nother color that's going to come over top of that. Keep it nice and smooth. Pull Naples yellow here. We'll start getting the cloth wraps ready. It'd be nice, give it like a dirty cloth look up here. A little bit of a whitish yellow really help it's really going to help us counterbalance a lot of the other colors. And honestly, she gives a pretty decent golden ratio. Especially if we we'll have to look at what the colors on his swords typically are, but it's usually going to be some sort of metallic or black. So if it's black, especially if it's black on this side and it's another color on this side, it's really going to help us kind of pull the eye across everything. people are looking at the piece itself. I want to talk what makes fundamentally a good piece of art by the opinion of critics, I suppose. So take that for whatever you will. We all know what artists think about critics. Oh yeah, there it goes. Yeah, back down, back down. Now where's it going to stop? Wow, ride! All right, let's look at it. Let's look at Deadpool. So again, usually the comics are it's black and silver. Black, black, black. Deadpool logo. We need to look that up too. Ours is just 2 dots. So we do black on the inside, and then we'll do that one. Red on the outside, then black. Black and white. I did not want to go to Etsy. I'm fucking fat on that. Yeah, that seems to be the more classic. Okay. Deadpool comic. Black sword. Black sword. That one's got some metal on it, but that's an actual like katana. Black. Since he's not even running with katanas, he's got some other kind of sword on him. I always thought he ran around with a katana. But these handles are definitely not katanas. Let's see. Deadpool swords. Katanas, 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 katanas. All katanas. Deadpool swords, not katanas. Yeah, see, like everywhere it looks, they're supposed to be katanas. Those are definitely not katanas. They do have them all in black. Ah. Okay. Do a little bit of a black on the edge here, just to kind of. We may come back and we'll do a wash on this in the end, but for right now, I just want to get that whole button black down. I'm also going to black down these parts we're going to turn metallic. I don't even know what this is. I'm assuming it's some sort of grenade. This is almost more to like mark it for my old eyes. Okay, these are supposed to be black. Seems like a waste of time, but that's all right. Like I said, it will help us with that one being different. Be able to pull some color over. And I suppose we could just paint whatever color we wanted. And we might change our mind. Might make it a bronze. We'd go with bronze. Give a little bit more color too. Oh, you're supposed to look that silly collar up. Black or maybe metallic. It doesn't always have it, so it does have it. It looks like it's black. So there's that. I should have known it was going to be black. Everything on this guy is pretty much black. Black on black on black. Black on red. Black on red. Should have foreseen that. I was never a real big Deadpool reader, so that doesn't help. Deadpool was kind of like right at the time where I was like getting out of comic books when I was younger. Now my friends that were big comic book fans were really getting heavy into him because he was getting super popular. But I was kind of on the fence with it. It was a fun idea, and they've done well with it. It's fun. It's been a pretty good run for old Wade Wilson. People seem to enjoy the idea of the antics. It's got a little bit of the it's called fumafu, I think, in Japan, when they do like a making fun of a something. Here we'll do those katanas in this dark silver. It's like a black, like a black metal, or dark metal. I'm all the way out of camera. Climbing up on that witching hour. Okay, so now this is burnt sienna. And we're going to put that on next. With all the other layers of everything, it should look just like leather. This has definitely been a Zenithal does the work on this situation. Now you could come back again, you could do all that real tediously hand paint each individual line. But that's a lot of work. And you could do that even after you did this. You come back, you could do just a touch of maybe a blend of some other browns. Let's just slight bit lighter and come over the top of it. If you want to go that far. And that's another thing about different sculptures and stuff like that. Now, how far you really want to take it? How much do you really want to put into it? How much, what's the line for, it's good enough for me, and we're moving on, or what is it? Everybody's line is different, so you got to figure out what yours is. Like I say this a bunch of times too. It's like, this is art is art. There's no wrong. There's no wrong in art. There's just not what people. There's just opinions. You know what I mean? Like, a critic may not think your art is very good, but the critics didn't think Hall & Oates were very good, and they made a ton of money singing songs, and now they fight about it. So, I mean, a lot of critics don't like a lot of things. That's not. So definitely, kind of just make your art for you. You know, did you like it? Does it hit the thing that you were trying to make? Is it saying the thing you're trying to put across? You know, and it doesn't have to be something that putting across an idea doesn't have to be some grand idea. You're not trying. You may not be trying to save humanity with a painting a miniature. That's not how that works. But you are trying to express yourself. You're trying to express your interpretation of a character or whatever. So there's no real right or wrong there. It's your interpretation. It's your thing. So just let it be that deal. We got disconnected and reconnected again. Probably right in the middle of all my very uplifting commentary on how to be a painter that paints for yourself, not a painter that paints for other people. And that's kind of where I'm at. I kind of paint for myself. Yeah, I do paint for other people, but mainly it's for me. It's a way of me to express myself and, you know, keep myself busy keep myself from going crazy, getting a little bit of something to do. That almost seems like we're going right back to where we started with college here. Ooh. World of Critics, trying. World of Critics, for anything nowadays, it's starting to fall apart. Yeah, well, there'll always be a critics. Even if it's yourself being critical of your own work, there's always a critic somewhere, and there's always like a way to critique art. Like there's always, you know, classically speaking, this is good and that's good, and you know, this is not good and that's not good. And there's a classical version of that. But again, with art, it really is just, you know, whatever makes you. You're the one who's creating it, so you're the one who's got to like it or not like it. This is good and dingy looking. We're going to come back and really lighten a lot of this up. Bring it more towards a cloth color, but for now, really trying to make sure we're getting down there. We're going to have to come back tomorrow. We'll finish him up and we'll do the leprechaun too. It's really starting, definitely starting to look like Deadpool now, though. Awesome. Well, I'm going to turn off the open sign. It'll bring me down. There we go. Yeah, we'll be back tomorrow. Do a little bit more Deadpool action, and you know, do the leprechaun. That one won't take long. It's a little itty bitty thing, so that should be fast. Should be fun. That leprechaun's fun. That'd be cool. That's about all I got for today. You guys have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Hopefully, don't get blown away in this cold wind, because it's mighty cold out there. Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. Be good to yourselves. Be good to other people. Be good to people you don't know. Treat everybody with a little bit of kindness. It's definitely helpful. Definitely. Well, thank you again, Sir McBeardsly. You're always great help. We really appreciate it. Yeah, for everybody else, we'll thank you for watching. And you know, if you like what you saw, give us a subscribe and come back and see us do it again. If you didn't like what you saw, then I guess just go on with your life. Don't worry about it. Anyway, we'll talk to you later.